There's a reason the corporate media is panicking right now. President Trump just dropped a legal nuke on Rupert Murdoch and the Wall Street Journal. And if what he's saying is true, it could expose a coordinated smear campaign that backfired in spectacular fashion. But before we get into this story, please like, comment, and share Explain America. We really appreciate your support for common sense journalism. So President Donald J. Trump says he's officially suing the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and Rupert Murdoch himself after they ran what he's calling a fake and defamatory story linking him to Jeffrey Epstein. The story, which ran this week, claimed that Trump wrote a birthday letter to Jeffrey Epstein. But according to the 45th president, the letter was a total fabrication. Trump says that both he and White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt warned the Wall Street Journal and their editor, Emma Tucker, in advance that the document was a fake, and they published it anyway. So Trump blasted the Wall Street Journal in a post on Thursday night on his social media platform, Truth Social. He wrote, "The editor of the Wall Street Journal, Emma Tucker, was told directly by Carolyn Leavitt and by President Trump that the letter was a fake, but Emma Tucker didn't want to hear that. President Trump will be suing the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and Mr. Murdoch shortly. The press has to learn to be truthful and not rely on sources that probably don't even exist," he added. Now, on a Friday morning follow-up, he wrote, "The Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter, supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. I told Rupert Murdoch it was a scam, that he shouldn't print this fake news story, but he did, and now I'm going to sue his ass off and that of his third-rate newspaper." This isn't a bluff. Trump has already sued multiple news outlets for their fake news stories, including ABC News and George Stephanopoulos, which claimed that Trump was liable for, quote, rape, unquote, in the E. Jean Carroll case. Trump was actually found liable for, quote, sexual abuse, unquote, not rape, and in 2024, ABC settled for $15 million and issued a public apology. So the Wall Street Journal better lawyer up, because if President Trump warned them and they published the story anyway, then that is malicious and willful slander. It's sabotage, and Trump is going to make them regret it. This is Kyle Becker, and thank you for watching Explain America.
So I want to go straight out front now to someone in the center of all of this. That is the Republican Congressman Tim Burchett. He is a co-sponsor of a resolution in the House to release files on Jeffrey Epstein. I very much appreciate your time. So Manu's reporting, maybe there's a vote that will happen, that maybe Johnson has agreed to something on Epstein. You're obviously in the center of this. You're central to this legislation. Is there an agreement at this point?
No, ma'am, there's not. And honestly, if the Democrats were serious about this issue, they wouldn't have waited 4 years to bring it up. This is all politics. We need to be worrying about the victims in this thing, and we need to worry about justice and these dirt bags that were involved with these kids, and we need to publicly ridicule them and possibly hang them. But the reality is there probably isn't a list. You know, I've known a few criminals in my life. Heck, I've served in elected office with a few of them, and they don't keep a list of their criminal activities. And Trump's not on this list, because if he was, Biden would have released it the first day. So it's a lot of politics and a lot of hype. We just need to get to the bottom of it, ma'am. And unfortunately, in this town, when it's delayed, it's kind of like the Kennedy assassination. We're never going to get to the bottom of it.